Opening up this drawer, here is where I house the little Natasha Denona baby palettes. It doesn't really fit perfectly. I mean, 7 fit perfectly, but 8 is gonna be a no, but it's okay. We'll make new homes for them. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome, happy Monday. I have a matcha iced latte, and let me tell you, I perfected it. My first time making it. I didn't even have a whisk. It tastes amazing. For today's video, I wanted to share with you guys a ranking a Natasha Denona baby eyeshadow palette video. You guys know how obsessed I am with these little ones. So she released 8 of them to date, and each one does retail for $25. I'll have these linked down below. They are sold on Sephora's website. I already did a Jeffree Star eyeshadow palette ranking video, so I'll have that video linked down below. So this is my second official one. I think the next one that I'm gonna do is ABH. So excited for that one. It was very easy for me to kind of put everything in place. With this video, the Natasha Denona one, I had a little bit of difficulty, let me tell you. So basically, I'm gonna rank the palettes from my least favorites to my actual like ultimate favorite. And then I also wanted to say there isn't one that I absolutely hate or despise or feel like, okay, I don't need you in my life. I need all of these little ones. It's a collection that I have. I use them consistently and they're all amazing in their own way. But I wanted to just show you guys my least favorite to favorite, basically. So let's do this. Starting off with number 8. This one right here is the mini Lila palette, or mini Lila palette. And here we are getting 3 mattes and 2 metallics. So here what the shades look like swatched, and these are with one swipe swatches each, yes. I wanted to start off by saying that this palette has actually been in the sales section of Sephora's site for the past, I want to say 6 months, retailing for $12.50 when normally these are all $25. I'll tell you what it is about this one. I just kind of felt like it was really hard to work with, especially the purples. I know purples are hard to do to begin with, right? They were just not easy to blend out, and then using this on its own, most of the time I had a little bit of like a difficult time creating a look that I really enjoyed. Of course, with all these palettes, they're also great to mix and match. That's why I love having the little ones in my life. But I'm talking about this like exclusively on its own. I just kind of felt like there really wasn't any look that I was like, whoa, you look bomb. Blending skills on point. I like to use it with other palettes, but on its own, it's not one that I typically use. So definitely my least favorite from Natasha's line. Next up, we have the mini Tropic palette. This is actually one she released last year in the summer. And here we are getting 3 metallics and 2 mattes. And then once again, I'm probably gonna be repeating myself all the time, but these are with 1 swipe swatches each. So this one right here falls into place number 7. I'll tell you what it is about this one. This is just personal preference. I feel like okay, this is just not gonna work out, this whole swatch situation, but I feel like these shades just don't look the best on me personally. If I do use a blue palette, it usually has to have like a decent amount of transition shades and then like a good metallic shades to kind of build up the intensity. That's typically how I do my looks. And with this one, there really wasn't much I could play around with because of the limited shades that we get in here, which is fine. But I just kind of felt like when I threw these 2 shades in the crease, when I put this like on the lid, there was just no gradient effect, and it looked like boom, boom. Didn't look so cute. It looked pretty good with this one, but then with this one also, it just didn't look the best, and that's typically how I like to use this palette. I do think it's a fun palette to use like in the summertime. Sometimes I'll go in with just this on the whole lid and kind of call it a day, nothing in the crease, and when I use it in that way, I think it looks good. But yeah, it's not my ultimate favorite, also considering the fact that these 2 mattes are not the smoothest formulas to work with. Moving on to number 6, this right here is the mini Glam palette, and here we are getting 3 metallics and 2 mattes. Okay, and then here you guys can see what the mini Glam palette looks like. Stunning. The mini Glam palette is one that I really like. There are other ones that, of course, I like more than this one, but this is one that I really do enjoy. That, well, oh, it almost fell. The shades are absolutely stunning. I feel like it does lean more towards like the cool tone side, but it is also pretty neutral at the same time. If you're gonna stay away from this one and you're just gonna use everything else, it's pretty neutral, but then you can throw that on the lid if you wanna go for a bit more of a cool tone look. I think this is just an all-around go-to great day-to-day palette. It's like no fuss. The shades are super smooth and creamy. I feel like this really is a true representation of what her palettes are. The other 2 are like, they're nice, but I don't know if they're a true representation of what her bigger palettes are like, but this one definitely is. I just think it's amazing and just really easy to work with, no fuss kind of thing. And I feel like this color story looks good on every single soul. I like how she throws matte and metallics, like a good amount of each. Like she knows when to put 3 metallics, when to put 3 mattes, and then when to put 2 metallics and 2 mattes, Moving on to the palette that falls into spot number 5. This right here is the mini Star palette. And then this palette right here includes 3 metallics and 2 mattes. How beyond gorgeous is this palette? I'm obsessed, honestly. This is so beyond creamy, so smooth, so delicious. I feel like as I keep going up and up in numbers, the palette feel more and more mushier. Mushy. For this palette as well, I feel like we get 2 great transition shades and then 3 shades for the lids. I like the fact that she threw this shade in here because it's kind of like a dual chrome situation. Like it swatches brown but it has like a blue shift to it, which kind of just adds a bit more to like a neutral palette. This is a palette that I like to use if I wanted more of a natural look, but I wanted to spice it up and kind of bring it to the next level, but not necessarily like a colorful look, you know, because I feel like you have a lot of diversity with this one and it's just really, it's very good quality, bomb. Next up, moving up to spot number 4, this is the mini gold palette. We are getting 2 metallics, 1 satin, and then 2 mattes. And then here you guys can see what the shades look like swatched. They speak for themselves. This is actually the palette that I have on my eyes today, so if you like my eye look, this is what I'm wearing. Super easy to use, very creamy. This yellowy gold shade is honestly just life in itself. It's so beautiful. We get like greener shades over here and then these brownish shades over here, so it's your neutral palette with pops of greens. I feel like this does lean more towards like the cooler tone side. I feel like a lot of our palettes tend to do that. Either they're very neutral or cool, or if it's warm, like you'll see it right away, like, okay, this is a warm palette. But I think this would be perfect, especially if you have like hazel or green eyes. But I mean, if you have any other color eye, you will be rocking it as well. I just feel like it would bring out hazel and green eyes the most. I like that you put this shade in here, this like deep chocolatey brown type of shade, and it is a satin finish, so you could use it on the lids if you choose to do so, but it's still really workable to use in the crease, and it's not going to create that like super vibey metallic look, you know. So yeah, I think the contrast between all of these shades are amazing, and the way they apply on the eyes are bomb as well. You don't necessarily need to wet the metallics. They're just very like bam on their own like that. I love this one, and that is why it is in spot number 4. Moving on to spot number 3, we have the mini sunset palette, and here we are getting 3 metallics and 2 mattes. And then here you guys can see what the palette looks like swatched. Okay, so last year I used to go on dates more often, I should say. I kind of stopped that. I mean, because of the situation that we're all in now, but also because I just had enough. I'm like, I can't do this. Is this really what dating is? Because it's not fun. Maybe I'm just in the wrong crowd, I'm not sure. But anyway, anytime I was like, okay, let me do my makeup. This was pretty much the first palette that I pulled out in conjunction with a different palette that I'm gonna show you next. But I really, really love this for a nice warm tone look. I think this is the warmest palette she has from her little ones. And it's beautiful. It just looks so pretty on the eyes. This on the lids makes your eyes pop in the most amazing way ever. Again, 2 perfect mattes in here and the 3 metallics you could throw on the lids. It's so versatile, and this shade right here is a beautiful like champagne-y, like a whitish type of shade that you could highlight with under your brow bone, on your inner corners. So definitely a well-rounded, nice warm palette. Like you could get the warm look just by using this. I don't feel like you would need a bigger palette to get that warm vibe if you're looking for that warm toned look, you know. So definitely so amazing. I have pretty fond memories of this, I should say. I really like his palette. It's so much fun to use, I swear. It's so good. So good. That's why it falls into place number 3. Next we have the mini nude palette. This right here includes 2 mattes and 3 metallics. And then here you guys can see what the shades look like swatched. Heavenly. This right here falls into place number 2. This was the one that I used a lot with the mini sunset palette. I feel like they are the perfect pair, honestly. For me, this would be the perfect wedding palette, like the chocolatey brown and then this really nice bronzy lit shade is just absolutely gorgeous. I feel like this palette is literally right in the middle, not too cool, but not too warm. And I feel like depending on what you throw on the lid, it'll work for you in either way. So I feel like this kind of has the best of both worlds. This brown right here is cool because if you're going to use that with this, your look is going to be cool, a little bit cool. This and this shade, warm. It's just so cool how it works. There's so many different color combinations you can come up just by using this one. That's why it falls into place number 2 for me, because it's extremely versatile. Are you guys ready for number 1? Are we doing this? I need a sip. Moving on to palette number 1. This little guy here is called the Mini Retro palette. This is actually the newest addition to Natasha Denona's line. And then here you guys can see what this beauty looks like. Obsessed, I'm telling you, obsessed. I didn't know if I wanted to put this in spot number 1 because I did get it. I did purchase it about a week ago, but I have to tell you guys, I've been playing with it non-stop This is also a palette that is extremely versatile. I think it's perfect going into the spring and summer months. It's just a really nice, soft palette, I feel like. But I also like that she threw this shade in here so you can kind of deepen up the eye look if you choose to do so. This shade on the lid is just so pretty. I just spit. And then this silver shade, when I wore it, when I did a get ready with me video and I put this on, a lot of you guys were like, yo, JLo vibes. And I'm like, I mean, if that's not the compliment of compliments, then I don't know what to say, you know? And the reason why I also find this to be very unique is because I like the contrast between these shades and then these shades. Like in a million years, I don't know, I would never think of putting these two shades and then these kind of shades together, or I should say these three like rosiest shades, blushy shades, and then these shades, because I just wouldn't. But this palette just as a whole performs so like deliciously on the eyes, and then I think it could be a really great day-to-day palette, but also a great night palette, a great date palette, a palette you could wear for weddings, events, all of that. I think this has it all in one, and I don't think I would be so head over heels over this. I mean, I knew I would love it, but I didn't know I would be so beyond head over heels. But it stole my heart. I feel like I'm on The Bachelor now. Will you accept this final rose? Mini retro. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed my Natasha Denona baby eyeshadow palette ranking video. I would absolutely love to know how you guys rank your Natasha Denona little palettes. I would say if you've never tried any of the bigger Natasha Denona palettes, if you try one of these, I feel like you can kind of get a feel of what her palettes have to offer, especially like the top 5, 6 for sure. The bottom 2, I don't know 100% about those. But yeah, the top few that I mentioned to you guys, so beyond amazing. They are made exquisitely. Exquisitely. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll speak to you guys in my next one. Bye.